be about how do you write a speech, how do you construct it, how do you find stories, how do you tell stories, where do you put the stories. This signifies any communication between any group of people or even two people. And on this continuum, almost everybody starts with what we're going to call a presentation. But here, of all these people that are around you, you're the only one that can actually step to the edge of this stage, understands their world, can actually have a conversation with the dentist that's sitting here that's worried about making payroll.
You are an amazing storyteller and you have a great story. And my one piece of advice is you have to frame it in a way that the audience is the hero, or the patient is the hero, or the teacher that taught you, or the bad experience you had that caused you to make the shift. Something else is the hero, and you're just the conduit for the learning. And I said, the one thing I would say though is, don't just give them the answer or correct do your teaching. Don't assume that they got it. The whole point of this is asking for them to give you feedback so that you know they got it.
All right, so who's been in the industry the longest at your table? All right, very good. So you're going to go first. I want you to stand. And you're going to, the rest of you are going to remain seated, and I want you guys to tell your partner about your all-time favorite dessert. What it is, where you had it, why you love it. You have 20 seconds to do it. All right, go.
Discern from this is that when we can adjust our posture in any way, up or down, side to side, any way we can do it where we are more at an even level, we get more connectedness. And what we also intuitively know about that is the more connected we are, the more united or the more accepting or the more conversational this feels. Would that be useful to you in a leadership situation?
And what I took away here is that it's kind of what everyone has said, there's a formula, there's a structure. Mm-hmm. It's not formulaic in the sense that it's cookie cutter, but there's a process that will create something that will have meaning to the audience that you're having.
And my takeaways for today really was the one line, bottom line, and really creating a clear and concise message.
The one line, bottom line importance, and having a clarity and inspiration and not getting lost. And having that, if I can do that, I can build anything on that.
Yeah.
And I've heard Catherine speak
Simple
a few times on the bookshelf thing, and never really got it until I've listened, but I'm like, oh, well now I really have to use it because I'm struggling. So it's very true.
What I'm going to do today is show you the simplest way I found to group and discuss and figure out which one of these bins, which one of these books to take a deep dive in with your client. That's what
Right.
will make this, okay?
Absolutely.
Do you see how that story or that metaphor is so much better, and why you've got to have the one line, bottom line? So thank you for that. Will make this easier for you, just as it has for us leading Samantha. It will make it easier for you to lead your teams. It will make it easier for you to lead your clients. And I know it works because I have tested them on the reps that I currently manage. And I'd like to show you what that is today. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
You don't say hello. You don't say, so nice to be with you. My name is Matt. You just come out, figure out what that opening line is. I'd like for you to meet Samantha. Samantha's 4 years old and the light of her father's world, right? Or something. And so you were just immediately in your story. A lot of times people will say, so I think that what we need, and I always say, change that to believe.
Yeah.
My belief is, I believe is much stronger than I think, or I'm hoping. I would ask yourself, would it work in my favor if I could get the team on board? If the answer is no, then no reason for them to be there. But I wouldn't not have them there because you're uncomfortable with the volume of questions, because a good speaker can learn to control that. And a good speaker will call it out at one point. They'll say, I've taken 2 or 3, here's what I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask the rest of you to save them so that I can go on with my material and we can get this done, and then save them for the end and I'll answer what I can. The principle of the line is that she recognizes these cubs already have it, so her job is to create a space and a process that she can tease out of them what they already know and show it to them and allow them to master it. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're saying, and they love, I can tell you, the whole audience sort of energetically lifts when I say to them, you already walked in this room with everything you need. I couldn't give it to you if I tried. The cubs do it very badly at first, but eventually they get it. She lets out this sort of a roar and a purr, you know, it was this rich sound. And it just felt like to me, like she'd done as much as she could do in the process. The cubs are now, at this point, it's up to them whether they're gonna use the knowledge, what they're gonna do with it, if they're gonna survive or not. But and that's with us. I mean, they say 40% of those cubs, only 40% will see their second birthday. It's a pretty tough world, and I don't think it's much different in our world. You're not gonna get 100%. If you're shooting for that, you're gonna be disappointed. If I got 40 to 50% of my audience that got it really solid and did well with it, to me, that would be a win off the chart. So he's like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. And as he's kind of turning to walk and talk to someone else, he glances at my badge and sees, at the time the company was called Lioness Learning, and he kind of does a double take and you see him look and he goes, oh, you're the lioness.